Well, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Y'all need to get you a cup of coffee and sit here and talk with me a while. It got cold on us last night. It's only like 40, 42, 43 degrees right now. I mean, I knew there was going to be a couple of days when the weather would get a little cooler, but I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't realize it was going to be today because I had plans to do some stuff in the yard, and can't do it today. It's only like 43 degrees, and the wind is blowing like crazy. So whatever I do today is going to be inside. I didn't take my fire cider this morning. Shame on me. But yeah, moved dirt and filled up a few more pots, getting them ready to plant in. Still haven't fixed the big pot for that big banana tree yet. You know, I got one transplanted to a bigger pot, and I need to move the other one too. I'm not sure which pot I'm going to put it in. That first one was that I planted that banana tree in. That big one, the black pot, that was the one that dead rose bush was in at the corner of my shed. So I pulled that old dead rose bush out and, you know, put compost and all kind of stuff down in the pot. I put good composting potting mix, topsoil is what they call it, or garden soil. And I put a lot of that was out there in that pile that, you know, was brought. So it's got some good matter to grow a banana tree in, because banana trees love all that stuff. You know, they love like leaves when they fall to keep it around the base of the tree. They love that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's so windy today. I don't want to get outside to do anything. It's going to be so difficult. Plus, it's chilly. I don't want to be out there in that wind and the cold. So I thought I'd get on here and just chat with everybody for a little bit. Drink my cup of coffee. I need to let little buddy in. He's scratching at the door. I don't think he likes it out there either since it's cooled off. It was 90s, 95 or 96 yesterday. It was like 90, I don't know, about 97 Monday. I was wearing my shorts. Can't wear shorts today. Even in the house, it's too chilly to wear shorts. So, but it's going to warm back up. It's not going to get down to freezing or anything like that. Not supposed to freeze for the whole month of March either. So whatever my seedlings that come up, I think will be fine. But there's no chance of rain. We need a little bit of rain, you know, not just the cooler temperatures and the wind. Y'all been planting your garden? Like I said, normally I wouldn't plant till like the second week in March. But we're not going to get any more freezing temperatures right straight through to Easter, which is March 31st. I don't know what the forecast will be after that, but I doubt very seriously we're going to get these freezes in April. I mean, we may, but it did it did snow on Easter Sunday here one year, which like amazed everybody. You know, it don't snow on Easter, but it did that year. It didn't hurt any of my plants, though. I covered my plants up the night before, and there was snow on the ground the next day. But it melted pretty fast, and my tomato plants, pepper plants, and everything was fine that I put in the garden. And I'm thinking about fixing a vegetable bed in the ground on the opposite side of that green shed, where I had thought about putting a new greenhouse up in there, and decided against it because of the wind. I mean, you saw what the wind did to that canopy top. It just picked it up and threw it to the end of the yard. If I'd have had a new greenhouse back on that side of the house, it would have broken it up in a million pieces. So I'm kind of glad that I got Bloomin' to take that back, get her money out of it, because the wind would have destroyed it on that side of the yard. But I think I'm going to plant, as soon as I'm able to get out there and do it, amongst everything else I'm doing. What I'm thinking about doing is taking some of that garden soil in that pile that's in the yard, moving it back to that spot that I cleared where I was going to put the greenhouse. And I'm just going to put some of that garden soil back there. And I'm going to plant some watermelon, some of my squash, that have runners that are going to run all over the yard. I think I'm going to plant a couple of rows back there and just let it go on the ground and see how it does. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm planning up here right now. I may change my mind by the time I get around to it, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try planting my watermelon and my winter squash. Any of the squash that will run with a vine. Like my shark fin squash did last year, and it never produced anything. I'm going to put it over there this year. And try to keep it watered, since they're allowing me to use my water hose now on my watering day. The rest of the time, I'll have to use my compost tea, but hopefully I'll be able to keep things watered a little bit better this year than last year. They need to lift that restriction, I tell you. 3 years of restrictions is too much. It's like that's going to be a permanent thing now. And we still got more and more houses going up here every day. I mean, in this subdivision where I live, there's 3 new brick homes that went up right down at the end of my street. 3 of them. One was finished, people are living there. Then the one next to it is still in the process of being built. They've got the outside done, the roof, all that. And I think they've been working on the inside. They put in a driveway. And then on the opposite side of the street, about halfway down, they're building another one, and they're not complete on the outside yet, but they're getting close. The problem with some of these, I mean, and I don't mind me, I don't mind the Mexicans. Some of these Mexican people are the ones building these homes when they're beautiful. But there's other companies that are coming in here building these brick homes, and they don't care that basically they have no yard, because they're going to turn around and rent them as bed and breakfasts for the weekend, which it's not legal here to do that. But when they get the permit to build the home, they don't get a permit to build a bed and breakfast. They just get a permit to build a house. So they're able to build the house, and then they just start renting it out for the weekends. And it's caused a problem because the temporary renters like that are bringing party people in on the weekends. The streets are being lined up with cars because there's nowhere to park in the yard because they have no yard. It's illegal to do that too, because they're basically taking over the street for people to use the street. So it's getting a little difficult out here, to say the least. But what are you going to do? And, I've had offers to buy my lots on either side of me, and I'm not going to sell because I don't want a big brick home or any kind of a house put right on the edge of my yard, because my yard wouldn't be that big, and then I've got a house right there. And no, I don't want that. So I've called that lot over here my privacy fence, because a realtor did buy the lot adjoining mine over here, and they're sooner or later she's going to build on it, because she told me she builds homes. She buys property, she builds homes, she sells them. That's how she makes a living. And she wanted to buy my lot to build another one right here on top of my yard, and I said, no, can't do that. I mean, she was offering to pay a pretty good price, but still, my privacy and my sanity means a lot to me over the money sometimes, you know. I mean, it's already to where if people buy the lots behind me, you know, they're going to be breathing right down in my backyard unless they put up a privacy fence, which I don't have privacy fences up. So I'm sure if anybody did build back there that they'd put a privacy fence up in the backyard. Which, you know, if they put one up, then I don't have to. That's the way I look at it. Don't have to maintain it either. Yeah, but I'm anxious because I got to get out there still and get this other side of the yard. I've got to get dirt moved and garden soil and everything to mix in with the dirt that's already, and the compost that's already in the pots and totes on that side of, you know, the first part of the garden. The old part, put it that way, not the new addition out here with the green totes, but the gray totes and the black pots on this side that I always had, you know, all my stuff growing in last year. I still have to rework those before I can plant in them, so I still got quite a bit to do. And this warmer weather has caused the weeds and everything to grow in the yard, so I'm going to have to get out there and start mowing, or think about mowing pretty soon, which I don't want to do. But hey, what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, they do stuff like build privacy fences right up to the street, which they're not supposed to do. I mean, you're allowed to fence in your backyard, but if you buy the lot on this side of the street facing that street, and then you buy the lot on this side that's joining your backyard, and it comes to this street, now they're claiming that, well, that lot is their backyard now. So they're fencing it in. The only problem with that is, like next door over here across the street from me, that new home, they got privacy fences around three parts of their yard, all the way to the street in the front on both sides of them. The only thing they don't have is one right across the front. So that kind of boxes them in, you know, and it's pretty bad. Well, I just wanted to get on here and chat with everybody a little bit and let them know that I'm not going to be doing a long video for outside today because I can't. It's too windy and too chilly. So whatever I do, I'm going to be doing in the house. So I don't know what that'll be yet. So y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.